This man uses his discipline as cope for fighting off his demons. It feels like taking a risk is wasting time. It feels like recuperating is actually killing your progress. Let me focus on the person I'm becoming, but we never focus on the person who we are. Hey YouTube, I'm Tavain, but you guys can call me T. Let me give you the real truth about self-improvement. Self-improvement is a curse. You're always trying to be better. You're always pushing yourself and you never get time to rest. Yo, I have a mentor, Cry. Cry is always saying, yo, his mental health is fuck. And I understand because you're always on the move. You don't get time to rest or you don't give yourself time to rest. Few days ago, I bought my first car. Yo, I was excited. But as soon as I got in the car, it's like, yo, this is just the start. I don't have time to celebrate. I don't have time to rest. So I kept on pushing myself. I kept on thinking, okay, now the stakes go up. I rewarded myself for my previous season. So this time you have to do more work to compensate for this reward. That's basically what I told myself. Imagine instead of celebrating, imagine getting a gift and instead of celebrating that gift, you're thinking about what comes next. That's the first thought that came to me. Sitting in my car, I thank God and I just kept on pushing. I'm like, all right, what's next to do? What business idea can go in? What venture can I go in? And for a time I felt complacent because I'm like, yo, I got the car now. This was what I was aiming for. Even though I felt complacent, there was just this feeling inside that was just saying, you haven't finished done working it. There's still so much more to do. You still have to keep going. And that's what pulled me back. Yes, in some way it is a blessing, yes, because when you're wasting time, knowing that you have to grow, knowing that you will keep on pushing yourself and you expect so much from yourself, you always go back onto the path of the journey. You always go back onto that disciplined path. But when there's a moment where you should actually rest yourself because you're so drained, you're so burnt out from pushing yourself, you can't actually rest because it feels like taking a rest is wasting time. It feels like recuperating is actually killing your progress. That's how it feels for me. So I understand when Christ said his mental health was fucked because I'm in the same boat. When I was drained, when I was depressed and fatigued because I expected so much from myself. I used to be so hard on myself because I was feeling like that. And I kept on pushing myself over and over. So that led back to me being burnout. And then I was angry at myself for being burnout. So it was just a cycle going around. Like when you look at it, self-improvement, it has its positive. Don't get me wrong, it has its positive because it pushes you to become better. It pushes you to take yourself out of your current situation and put yourself in a better situation. There's been so much people who push themselves into advancing, change your life trajectory, change your family trajectory, improve their community, their friends, just by improving themselves. But on the other hand, some of those people can't stop. One of the person that I look up to, David Goggins, that man can't stop, bro. I remember listening to the audiobook. I think it was his second book. And I was reading through the comments on YouTube and peeps like, yo, this man uses his discipline as cope for fighting off his demons. And I understand that too. The only reason why I haven't reverted back to some of the bad habits that I used to have is because I use my discipline to fight off those bad habits. I'm using my discipline to cope. I'm using my drive to cope. I'm using the self-improvement to cope. I'm using this self-experience to keep pushing me so that I don't revert to the previous version of myself, the version that was lost in each and every day, the version of me that was weak and pitiful, the version of me that was insecure. I use this self-improvement to keep pushing myself. But it feels like if I stop even for a moment, I'm reverting back to myself. It feels like if I procrastinate for too long, I'm reverting back to that previous version. It's hard to feel like you can't take a day to celebrate. Like even my birthday last year, it was my birthday, yes. You could look at it and say, oh, you know, I could celebrate the day. Or you could look at it and say, yo, it's my birthday. It's another year. I grew in age. Buckle up, put in more work, just keep going for the goal. And that's what I did. I just looked at it as, oh, you know, I grow up in age. I still have the gym to go. I still have everything on my power list to do. I still have so much grinding left to do. That's how I looked at it, and I upped my intensity because it was my birthday. A lot of people would have taken that day as break. A lot of people would have used that day as a rest day, and I don't hate them for it. I'm not gonna say, yo, they shouldn't have done it. That's what I think. That's what I should have done. I commend them for wanting to take their birthday as a rest day, or taking significant days as rest day or days to recuperate. But I didn't do that. Even last year, Christmas was a day supposed to spend with family. Christmas, I was still on the grind. Christmas, I was still on the move. I don't remember if I posted a video Christmas, but basically everything I was doing, I was just on the grind. I was just pushing. Self-improvement is really a curse, because some of the moments we don't actually give ourselves time to rest. We don't give ourselves time to enjoy the moment. We're always looking towards the future. So in this present moment, we can't be excited. We can't enjoy the moment because, oh, this is going to happen in the future. Let me focus on that. Let me focus on the person I'm becoming. But we never focus on the person who we are. We're always trying to focus on the person we're becoming. And if we stop for a moment and just look at the person who we are now, we'll see that we were way better, or we are way better than the previous version of ourselves. But we don't do that. We keep on pushing ourselves over and over. We expect so much from ourselves that it drives us insane. Yo, one of the worst feelings is that you can't really enjoy TV shows. You can't do anything like that. Like everything you used to take for enjoyment, you can't focus on it anymore. Because for me, it feels like, yo, if I watch something or I play a game, I'm be wasting time. That's one of the reasons why I don't play games anymore, because I'm like, the moment I could be playing a game right now, I could be investing back that moment. And I strongly believe that, because I don't see myself as the person who can invest my time in game. And see what I mean? I don't see myself as that type of person. And the person who I want to become, I still don't see them as the type of person who plays game. I prefer sit down and read books all day. I prefer sit down and watch educational content, stuff that teach me to become better, stuff that improves me. But if you're always on this journey, you burn yourself out quicker. It fucks up your mentality so much that, like, you're only focused about the grind. It's all about the grind. It's all about the grind. It's all about the destination. But sometimes we should focus on the journey. Sometimes we should take it slow step at a time. I know sometimes we want to be at the destination faster. We want to be there quick, so we take big jumps. We 10x our work so that we can reach our destination quicker. And 10x is cutting down on some of the stuff we do to maximize on the most important stuff. But if we're always on the move, we never get time to enjoy with family. We never get to create those moments that will live on in our memory. Only thing we're focused on the grind, and that just kills us quicker. Because, bro, some days I only sleep 2 hours a day. I remember in my previous season, I was up till 3 editing videos, only to go to bed after and getting up at 5 to start getting ready so I was able to take the bus by 6, so I was able to go to work by 8. And then leave from work at 4, take an Uber to the next place and make sure I reach there at 5. And then I'll be finished working from, say, around 10 to 12. Someday I'll be there at 1 in the night, 1 to 2. Then I'll walk home, eat some food, take a shower, record a video, edit a video, and make sure I have that video to post the next day. I was doing that for 5 days a week. I used to have 1 day off. Sometimes I was even lucky if I got 1 day off. Some days I was working every day. Not every day was 16, 18 hours a day. There was days where I worked the 2 jobs. So I'm burnt out. Then I come back in and do all of my tasks that I had to do. When I say had to do, it means I had to complete it off my power list. So until I finished my power list, I did not allow myself to go to bed. So when I come in late and I ate and then I take a shower after and I started recording that video, I can't go to sleep until I edit that video. And some of those days, I had to go to the gym either before I went to work or after I came from work. Or if I'm unable to go to the gym, I would come home, do 100 push-up, 100 squats, and 100 like curls. So it maximized everything. And I had that mindset, and I still have that mindset that, yo, if I don't finish everything on my power list, I can't go to bed no matter how long it takes. So if I'm up from 7 in the morning, working, grinding, and my power list isn't finished until 4 in the morning again, 4 a.m., I can't go to sleep. And until my power list is finished, that's the moment I go to sleep. And there's person who does it exactly like me, and there's person who does it more intense than me. Some people getting up at 4, cramming so much stuff that they have to do in a small amount of time, and they move on to some other bigger projects, and they don't sleep, they keep on grinding. I remember one night I had a conversation with myself where I'm like, yo, I have so much more things to do. I have to get up in the morning, I work day after. I'm like, yo, should I just bleach the whole night? And when I say bleaching, it's a term in Jamaica that means staying up the whole night. So I'm like, yo, should I just bleach the whole night and just finish everything on my power list, go to work, drink a Red Bull, and come back? And I'm like, no, just hurry up and do everything so you can at least get an hour of sleep. And I got my hour of sleep. I woke up the next day and I felt like I was hit by a bus. And all I had to do was sip on a Red Bull. Bro, I remember being at work, standing up, feel like I was sleeping. You know how it feels like your heart's racing. You feel like you're so dazed and confused. Like you feel like you're gonna drop down any moment. You have to keep pushing. I remember feeling like that, and I'm like, yo, I'm not skipping the gym. So if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to me at the gym, but I'm going to work out. And I showed up and I work out with as much proficiency as I normally have. I even up my intensity because I'm like, yo, I want to finish working out and leave, so I don't strain myself too much. So I pushed my work out to finish it faster. I still completed all my sets, and I think I even did more. I broke PR records that day. It was a Monday, so it was hamstring. Yeah, I broke PR record, and that's what I mean. You're not in that right mental state, but you keep on pushing yourself to do better. You keep on upping the intensity. You keep on upping the state, thinking that, yo, you're gonna do better, expecting more from yourself. And when you don't get the result that you expect from yourself, you're hard down on yourself. I'm hard on myself because I don't get the results that I expected. Self-improvement is really a curse when you don't know how to manage it. I'm not saying, yo, do as I do and go every day hard and all of this. Take moments and rest. Take break and rest. Don't keep pushing yourself. Don't think by you not taking rest days, you're going to be more effective. Your intensity will be diminished. Even though I say I don't go to bed until my power list is finished, there's been days that I wish that I went to bed earlier, because I would be more rested and more energized, so that I would be able to knock out my power list quicker the day after. So if you're on this journey of self-improvement, finish all of your tasks as quick as possible and take the rest of the day to rest. Take the rest of the day to recuperate. Eat the frog first and make sure that everything that comes after the frog, you do it as quick as possible, and use the rest of the day to energize. Don't just waste time laying down and eating a bunch of junk food and just not doing anything productive. When I say rest, I mean do things that actually heal your brain. Things that also improve you while you're not doing anything. So say for instance, you're laying down on the bed, you're just listening to a podcast, you're taking a sleep and you have your Bible verse on in the background. Believe you me, sleeping and having, say, the Bible being read in your background is one of the best feeling. You're so calm. You feel so safe. So do things like that that keeps you productive, but don't overdo it. Because if you keep like forcing all of these stuff on your brain, it's going to come a time where you start to reject these and you're going to want to go back to the old stuff that you do. So even some of those moments, just take a while and be silent. Meditate. Meditation is the best medicine when you're burnt out, because you make yourself free. And for me, there's two type of meditation. There's meditation where you reflect, you think about circumstances, you think about what you could have done better, you think about your days. And that's the meditation I use to get over insecurities. And there's another meditation where everything is calm. You clear your mind, you just focus on your breathing. And in no time, you feel so calm, you feel so free. That's the meditation that rejuvenates you. That's the meditation that puts you still. When the Bible says remain still, that's the meditation that does it. That meditation is the one that actually helps you to hear God's voice, because you're not focusing on the internal conflict, you're not focused on any external conflict, you're just being free. You're opening your mind, you're opening your ears, and you're just focused on your breathing. Don't overdo it with this self-improvement thing, because you're going to stuck in an endless cycle of expecting so much from yourself, and when you don't live up to your expectation, you're going to be hard on yourself, and that's going to make you push yourself more, and then you're going to keep going around that cycle. But yo, just take days to rest and recuperate and get back on the grind. It's not about the destination, but it's about the journey. Take some moment to actually look at where you are. Take some moment to admire the person who you are in the moment. But yo, that's the video for the day. Peace.